and I wasn't sure about what you guys thought of the New York Yankees MVP for the last 4 years.
What was that? What are you talking about? Aaron
Rob
Judge?
Manfred covering up sign stealing and cheating by the Yankees, covering up. Rob Manfred is the Yankees MVP.
I heard the story that was coming out that the Yankees were sign stealing. You know, and I know, Jeff, and we've argued the points here. Every single team sign steals. It's not, nobody did what the Houston Astros did. Okay, nobody. The Yankees didn't bang on garbage pails.
This lawsuit filed in court alleges, and there's a redacted version that's coming out, but this lawsuit alleges what the Yankees did was worse, and Manfred helped cover it up.
Well, again, I haven't read the story yet, and I'll have the opportunity a little bit later to read the story. And if it is true, well, then the Yankees should be punished for it. But again, we don't know what the truth is and what's not the truth. All we hear is stories. So I would like to read that story.
You really hate to see it, though. I mean, you honestly hate to see it. You know, I mean, as a Red Sox fan who's just been persecuted by just angry Yankee fans for
I don't know
years,
about that.
accusing them of, cheating, and then to watch the commissioner come out and say the Red Sox weren't cheating at all and totally exonerated them. And now for this to happen, you just hate to see it.
Well, it hurts. It hurts the game of baseball just as much as it would hurt any sport when you're hearing cheating. And just
No, I was actually being facetious.
I know.
I love to see it. Anything bad happens to the Yankees, it's amazing.
But why? It hurts the game. Yankees, Mets, Boston Red Sox, any one of those teams, even in professional basketball or football.
Because people like you
people
are
like me.
super smug about other people. Oh, you're cheating. Oh, the Yankees don't cheat. Other people cheat. No, dude. The Yankees are the most dastardly organization inside of Major League Baseball, and you just hate to see it.
So hold on one second. So wait a second. So we're sitting here and we're arguing, well, the Yankees are a terrible organization. They cheat, all that other stuff that you're saying. And we've come out and said this over and over again on this show, Jeff, that we all believe that it's not just the Yankees, the Red Sox, the Mets, or any of these teams. Every single team has cheated in some kind of way on sign steals. And we have talked to coaches and managers throughout the last couple of weeks, and every one of them said it's been a part of the game for years. But not banging on garbage pails, not using electronics in the dugout, trying to figure out what the sign is, what sign is coming down, or if they're going to steal and we're going to do a hit and run. We haven't seen that except with the Astros. So again, you're absolutely right. I know you like making fun of the Yankees, but even in football, do you think there's nothing going on behind the scenes? You have these iPads. Every single player on every single position has an iPad on that bench.
But that's legal in football.
Yeah.
But that's legal in football.
No, it is legal, but we don't know what's on those iPads. We don't know what they're seeing on those iPads. You know what I'm saying? We don't know.
I mean, they're league issued iPads.
Yeah, that's fine. So are the headsets. So were the headsets. Remember what was going on? Remember what was going on in the league? That there were sign calls coming all the way from the top to the headsets, and the league now the league was trying to change the rules and have somebody be listening to the conversations so they're not cheating. I mean, just because they're league
officials.
League profiled. Go ahead.
And I like to break your balls because you're a Yankees fan, and that's fine.
No, but I'm just saying. You're not breaking anything. You're right.
But here's the serious question to the whole thing. Now, this is a serious question. I'm done breaking your balls about being a Yankee fan and coming up with conspiracy.
Joe, you're not breaking my balls, bro.
Here's the real. Right, but here's the thing.
Mm-hmm.
If this were to be true, okay, just if. I'm not saying it is if.
Yeah.
Because it's alleged in a lawsuit that isn't proof or anything like that. You can sue anyone. Got it. Okay. Can Rob Manfred be the commissioner of baseball anymore?
No.
If that was the case, if he covered up what the Yankees were doing, he has to be fired, right?
I've been saying this over and over again. Rob Manfred just got the job about a year and a half, 2 years ago. His contract is up in 2024. There is no way in hell he's keeping that job. I'm telling you right now. In 2024, the owners and the players union will not allow him to continue moving forward. Bud Selig has been cheating and doing all these nasty things all those years with steroids and trying to hide things because he needed to save baseball. And when it came came down push over shove, he wouldn't protect the players. And that's why some of the players like Alex Rodriguez, Barry Bonds, and Roger Clemens probably will never see a lick in the Hall of Fame because of Bud Selig. But Bud Selig's in the Hall of Fame right now. To me, it's appalling. And then we were just talking about this about, 2-3 months ago. Why isn't George Steinbrenner in the Hall of Fame? Why isn't he in the Hall of Fame? Bud Selig goes to the Hall of Fame, but George Steinbrenner hasn't. And George Steinbrenner really changed the game of baseball. And this is why there are TV deals. The Yes Network was one of the first networks built in professional sports. He changed everything. George Steinbrenner changed everything when it came to making money and revenue for teams and organizations for the long haul. So why is Bud Selig, who was a car salesman, he owned a used car, dealership, and he became the commissioner of the MLB all those years, and he completely made it a mockery. And then all of a sudden, Mark McGwire and Sosa have this home run, back and forth competition, and now all of a sudden, you're never going to see those guys go to the Hall of Fame because of Bud Selig, and he was hiding everything from day one. So again, go ahead.
So just to recap 2020, we have coronavirus, we have a lockdown, we have murder hornets. The Yankees did cheat and the Red Sox didn't. What a world we're living in, huh?
Well, I'll tell you this: the Patriots cheated numerous amount of times. So if the Yankees cheated,
you keep lobbing.
I just think it's funny.
It's a deflection away from.
I love you, Jeff. You know that, right?
Cheating.
I love you.
Speedy, how does it feel now to be the least hated baseball organization in New York now?
Well,
right?
again.
We're the wonderful Yankees.
We're
wonderful. No. Turns out the Mets are doing it better.
No.
Hold on one second.
Our own fans hate them. So
hold on one second. The Mets are doing it better. How are the Mets doing it better? Please explain to me.
They didn't cheat.
They didn't. How do you know they didn't cheat? Did you hang out with them? Were you hanging out in their dugouts?
It's the Wilpons. They'll be too cheap to buy the technology.
That's not in the lawsuit.
Come on, Jeff. You can't honestly sit here and tell me.
Did Bud Selig help cover up Mets cheating? No, it was Yankees cheating. He helped cover up.
So you're going to honestly tell me, and you're going to sit here and tell me that you think the Mets never cheated, or they never stole signs, or did stuff that were completely illegal in the MLB rules?
If they did, it was because they acquired a Yankees.
Oh, stop, Jeff. Oh, stop, Jeff. You sound stupid now.
Jeff, it's the Wilpons. They're going to be too cheap to buy all that stuff anyway.
Right, exactly. They're still operating off of VHS.
Yeah, but that has nothing to do with it. And again, and I know, Jeff, you call the show, and I love when you call the show and you make some good points. But and this story is coming out that the Yankees did cheat. And if it is true, I mean, it's just a story. There's no proof to it. I haven't seen anything yet, but I'm going to read the story because it did come out before the show. I did see something that the Yankees, there was some kind of cover up with Rob Manfred. We don't know, and if it is true, he should be fired now. If this is true, and he was cheating,
if this is true. It's groundbreaking because you'll have a new commissioner, and it'll take down the most powerful team.
Do you know who I think should be the new commissioner?
You'll have to see players. You
know who I think? No, there's an ex-player that I think would be a great commissioner for the MLB, and I've said it already, and I'll say it again. Cal Ripken Jr. I think he would be a great commissioner for the MLB. I think
a good one.
Yeah, I think
probably a good one.
I think Cal Ripken Jr. would be perfect right now in that suit, and he already came out and said.
I don't think that you'd ever see that.
Why not?
I think he would be good. Well, because he's a former player, and owners would rather hire a lawyer who would be more of an arbiter, who might be fair. And Cal Ripken, because the owners
isn't Cal Ripken?
That's going to be, and I think
Cal Ripken has a law degree. I think he has a law degree. I'm pretty sure he does.
But he was also a former player, and the owner, just the perception from the owners would probably be he would be more likely to side with players. And so I don't think that you're really ever going to see a player be a commissioner, unfortunately, because I do agree with you. I think Cal Ripken would be a good one, but I think it's going to be some pencil-pushing nerd that knows contracts and how to sign Pepsi to a endorsement deal, or Coca-Cola, or McDonald's.
You and me can make those deals,
like that.
Jeff. Me and you can make those deals. I mean, you can't honestly sit here, and I'm not taking shots at any of the commissioners in professional sports because it's not as easy as it seems. But if you're running an organization that's $1 billion organization where so many fans, millions and millions of fans are going to live games and they're buying all the different apparel and all that other stuff, you can't honestly tell me that me and you couldn't find a way to get Hyundai or Nike to absolutely be sponsors of my organization.
Well, I think that I would make a good commissioner. I already solved the NFL's kneeling problem, and not to brag, Errol, I do actually think it's the best solution I've heard to the kneeling problem from anyone. I think I've come up with the best solution in the kneeling.
What's that?
All the players agree not to kneel during the national anthem.
I agree with you.
That's mandatory. So you don't kneel. Mm-hmm. In exchange, right, the NFL, the owners own the NFL along with the NFL Network. So in exchange for not kneeling, the NFL Network agrees to give up a 2-hour time slot from 8 to 10 to talk about players' charities, have players on and talk about, Nate Solder from the Giants has a cancer charity because he beat cancer. You talk about the issues the players want to talk about, social justice issues, their charities, their community work, things like that. You would give them a platform, and then they wouldn't kneel for the national anthem. That would be their outlet to talk about the things socially that they want to accomplish.
Doesn't it bother you where you have the players running? And I've said this in the beginning of the show. I was talking about LeBron James, how he runs the league, he runs the NBA, and to me, it's completely appalling when you look at a player like that. He's not even an owner; he's a multi-billionaire now. This guy, he got the $1 billion contract from Nike, and this guy just keeps opening his mouth not only to the world but to innocent people, that bystanders that he shouldn't be speaking to. And when I think of LeBron James, and I
want to know, it's damned if you do and damned if you don't.
Yeah.
Because because here's the reality of that. People are vilifying LeBron James, as you are right now, for speaking out, right? Mm-hmm. And then if you remember, all you got to do is go and watch The Last Dance, which was wildly popular, and I know that you watched it. Mm-hmm. But when people wanted Michael Jordan to speak out and he stayed quiet, he was vilified for staying quiet.
Absolutely. But the world has changed. The world has changed now. And that's why I think when you look at LeBron James and what LeBron James is doing, he wants to use his platform just like Kaepernick would. You have no right to use the game's platform to speak out. If you want to speak out on your own terms, do it on your own terms. Don't be doing it when
that's what he's doing, though. He's using his Twitter account.
Right now he is. But you know LeBron James, who he is as a player and what he is as a player is completely different from me and you. I mean, if me and you spoke out and said something like LeBron James, we would be called a racist.
I think that you're unfairly singling out LeBron James, probably because you just don't like a couple of the issues that he's discussed, because he's not the only one that's ever done it. I mean, you can go back, decades ago with Mahmoud Abdul-Rauf.
Nice.
He was the original dude, basically, that sat during the national anthem.
Right.
His career wasn't ruined. He wasn't, you can talk about the entire L.A. Clippers team banding together and turning their jerseys inside out when Donald Sterling said all of those racist things.
I remember that. Yeah.
So I mean, you're just singling out LeBron James. So many other people have done it.
Again, now I'm reading what Carl's saying. He says it is easy to voice now, Errol. Come on. I'm not voicing anything. I've been talking about this, Carl. First of all, I've been talking about this for months. First of all. Second of all, when I talk about LeBron James and I'm taking shots at LeBron James, I have nothing against him as a basketball player. Okay, I think LeBron James is one of the greatest basketball players to ever play the game. The problem with LeBron James is he's using the platform of the NBA instead of, listen, we all know what just for instance, his son, they're trying to figure out ways where the NBA can bring back high school players. After they graduate from high school, they can go to the NBA. And he's trying to push this through so he can have the opportunity to play with his son before he retires. he's always trying to find ways to change rules and break rules. And that's the problem with professional sports right now, Jeff. It's not the fact that the game isn't speeding up or it's not interesting to watch. These players are trying to change the game. The game has survived all these years. You're talking about basketball has been around over 100 years. You're talking about baseball over 100 years. Hockey over 100 years. All these sports.
Changing the game isn't something new. Go back to when the Colts couldn't beat the Patriots, so they changed a couple of rules. They literally changed the game so
Right.
the Colts would have a chance.
Right. To me, it doesn't help the game.
Happening forever.